Hello, my lovely yogis. I hope you are all well and having a lovely day as always. Hopefully, it's about to get even better now that you're on your yoga mat. If you have not practiced with me before, then welcome. I am Amy. I will be your teacher for this class. And if you are one of the lovely people who is here all the time, then welcome back. This class is following a request for a flow focusing on balance, so balancing on our feet kind of vibes rather than on our hands. So lots of challenges for your stability, lots of opportunities to embrace all of those wobbles and have some fun when you fall. If that sounds like something that you're up for, come and meet me on your mat. If you do make it to the end of this class and you enjoy it, I would be really grateful if you could take a second to leave a comment letting me know what you thought about it. You can also let me know any requests for classes that you might have yourself, any poses, any general class themes, any thoughts that you've got. I'm here for it. Also, give the video a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it. And if you wouldn't mind, I would love if you could subscribe so that hopefully we can be on our mats together again very soon. Enough chit chat from me, let's get into our practice. We will be starting today lying on our stomachs, so facing down towards the mat, head at the top of the mat. Let's stack the hands and rest your head down on your hands here. Maybe not a shape that you're used to beginning your practice in, so see how this shape feels. Take any little wiggles here, give the hips, give the shoulders a little shimmy, roll the forehead from side to side. Using those little movements like you're releasing tension from the body, you're wiggling it out of your body. And eventually settle your way into stillness. Let's take a little body scan, working through all of the places where our body is connected to the mat and using that to help ground us into the present moment. So starting from the top, can you feel whichever hand is underneath pressing into the floor? Can you feel each fingertip in contact with the mat? The palm of the hand, the forearm, the elbows, maybe some of the upper arm. Feel your chest pressing into the earth, your stomach, tops of the thighs, the knees. Maybe your shins are hovering above the mat and then the tops of the feet are resting down. And throughout this practice, as we challenge our balance, always striving to return your awareness to whichever parts of the body are in contact with the mat. Feeling those parts grounding you into the earth, providing stability. Providing that anchor from which you rise. Now let's check in with our breath. Again, here is a shape that maybe changes the quality of your breath. So maybe instead of noticing the rise and fall of your stomach like you usually would, maybe here you can feel the rise and fall of your back body. Just a subtle lifting and lowering, waving up and down on the wave of each breath. Maybe here you can really hear your breath more clearly. Moving in and out of your nose, landing on the earth. Feel that warmth reflect back towards you. Like a little cocoon, just you connected there with your breath. Just here for a few more moments before we invite in movement. Enjoy these final few moments in stillness. Keep your head resting down on your hands. Starting to move, let's lift just the right leg as high as you can away from the mat. Keep the heel in line with the hip. Lower the leg back down. 4 more like that. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 2 more times. Take it up, lower down. Last time, lift, keep it lifted. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it to its highest point and hold. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Half frog, right side. Bend that knee up. Bring the knee to the height of the hip. Point or flex the toes. Press both hip bones down into the mat. So if you feel that right hip lifting up, can you press it back down? Press up onto your forearms, Sphinx pose through the upper body. If this feels like enough, stay. If you want more, lift the elbows away from the mat, then tap them back down. 2 more, lift, lower, lift, lower. Now lift, keep them lifted. Thread your left arm underneath your right arm. Place the left hand on the right leg. Then roll over onto your back, finding a supine twist. Working that right shoulder down towards the floor. Finding space and opening across your chest. Now stay on your left side. Extend the right leg to stack on top of the left. Bring the right hand in front of your chest, tent the fingertips, and cradle the back of the head with your left hand. Keep the legs glued together. See if you can lift both legs away from the mat. It might just be a tiny little lift. Then lower them back down. Keep that going. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift, keep them lifted. Take a big inhale. Stay for the exhale. 1 more breath in. Roll all the way back onto your belly as you breathe out. Stack the hands, maybe the opposite hand on top now. Lift your left leg as high as you can. Lower. Keep it going. Lift, lower, bring it up. Take it down. 2 more. Lift and hold. Pulse for 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Lift it a tiny little bit higher. Half frog as you breathe out. Bring that left knee up. Knee in line with the hip, 90-degree angle through the knee. Again, think about pressing the left hip bone into the floor. Press up onto forearms, spread the fingers, lift the chest. Lift the elbows away from the mat. Melt them back down. 2 more like that. Lift, release, bring it up. Take it down. Now we'll lift, keep it lifted. Right arm under, place it wherever it lands on the left leg as you roll over into your supine twist. Big expansive breaths into your left side. As always, a deeper breath to bring a deeper stretch. Stay on the outside of your right hip as you extend the left leg. Catch the back of the head with the hand. Bring the left fingertips just in front of your chest. Can you keep the legs together and lift them away from the mat? Lower. Keep that going. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Let's do 3, 2. 1 more time. Lift, keep them lifted. Take a big inhale. Stay for the exhale. 1 more breath in. Roll all the way back onto your belly, release your breath out. Once again, stack the hands beneath your forehead. This time, let's lift both legs as high as you can. Lower them back down. Keep that going, lifting and lowering. Squeezing your glutes at the top. Keep the heels in line with the hips. Let's do 2 more. Last time, lift, hold, pulse for 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them lifted. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. 1 more breath in. Release the legs. Slide the hands beside the ribs. Press back to a child's pose. Let the hips be heavy, melting down towards the heels. Let the shoulders be soft, melting down away from the ears. Find a full, complete breath. Slide yourself up so you're sat on your heels, hands on the knees. Inhale, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. 2 more like that. Inhale, expand and open. Exhale, press and round. Last time, big expansive inhale. And a full releasing exhale. Inhale, lift the hips away from the heels, reach the arms up, come to kneel on the shins. Find Kali Mudra with the hands, interlacing the fingers apart from your index fingers. Point the fingers overhead. Know that your hands can come down for support at any time. Let's see if we can lift the right knee away from the mat. Pull it in towards the chest. Pause and hover and hold. Feel into all those wobbles. Take a big step forward with the right foot, landing in a lunge. Inhale, sink into the hips, point the fingers up and back behind you. Exhale, straighten the front leg, point the fingers forward. Inhale, lunge, arms back. Exhale, half split, reach forward. 1 more time, big inhale. Big exhale, point forward and hold. Using the strength of your core to hold yourself here, breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more inhale. Release the fingertips either side of the leg as you release the exhale. Tuck under your back toes. Point the right toes up to the sky. Can you lift your right heel away from the mat? Lower the right heel, lift the left knee to hover. Lower the left knee, lift the right heel. Lower right, lift left. Keep that going. Just a few more times. One more of each. Now drop the right heel, roll onto the sole of the right foot, lift the back knee, straighten both legs, pyramid pose. Left toes are pointing forwards rather than at an angle. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Come onto your fingertips. Left heel is lifted away from the mat, so you're just on your left tiptoes. Bring the hands to heart center. Shift the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg. Hands free, standing split. Fold the chest down over the right thigh. Can you make contact between the belly and the thigh? Maybe reach the arms up and back behind you. Fingertips up to the ceiling. Big inhale. Big exhale. 1 more breath in. Fingertips to the floor. Left toes tap the left wrist. Breathe out. Inhale, sweep the leg up. Exhale, toes to wrist. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, last 2. Tap. 1 more time. Tap the wrist. Now kick the leg so the heel is at the height of the hip. Bring the hands to your heart. Virabhadrasana 3. 1 long line from the crown of the head all the way to your left heel. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come up to stand on your right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm opens out behind you. Next place we meet is a revolved half moon. Lower the left hand down, lift the right arm up, kick the left leg back behind you. Maybe the left hand is hovering above the mat. Now come all the way back up into that twist, windmilling the arms along the way. Left hand down, right arm up, revolved half moon. Twist to your left, pull the knee in. Let's do one more of each. Revolved half moon. Into the twist, embracing all of those wobbles. Now actually let's take it down into revolved half moon and pause. Can you send some energy through your fingertips? Can you lift your left leg a little bit higher? Place the left hand down, take a big step back with the left toes, landing in a twisted lunge. Come onto your right tiptoes. Roll into left side plank. Find a floating tree leg with your right leg. So the right foot is hovering above the left thigh. The right knee is bent. Now maybe drop into a floating wild thing. So push the hips up but keep the right toes hovering above the floor. Push the hips high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe keep the right leg hovering as you roll over into a high plank. Pulse the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right toes down. Wave it back. Downward facing dog. Have a few moments to yourself in your downward dog. Find stillness or explore any movements that feel good. Then gently melt the knees down to the mat. Melt the hips to the heels. Find your child's pose once again. Slide yourself up, place the hands on the knees. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more like that. Expansive inhale. And a releasing exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise up onto the knees. Kali Mudra with the hands. Opposite interlace of the fingers maybe, if you can remember which one was on top last time. Now again, let's lift the left knee. Pull it as high as you can into the chest. Embrace all of those wobbles. Know that imbalance is just balance in motion. Step the foot as far forward as you can. Drop the hips low. Point the fingers back. Big inhale. Straighten the front leg. Point the fingers forward. Exhale. Inhale, lunge. Reach back. Exhale, half split. Hinge forward. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hinge forward and hold. Reach the fingers even further forward. Big inhale. Big exhale. 1 more breath in. Fingertips frame the front leg as you breathe out. Tuck under your back toes. Point the left toes up. Lift the left heel. Lower. Lift the right knee. Lower. Then alternate between those 2 movements. Keep the connection to your breath as you move. 1 more of each. Then re-bend into the front knee so that you can lift the back knee and straighten both legs. Extended pyramid, release the upper body down over the thigh. Inhale, halfway lift. Come onto your fingertips. Come onto the right tiptoes. Bring the hands to your heart. Step onto your left foot, sweep your right leg high, melt the chest down. Hands free, standing split. Reach the arms up and back behind you, maybe. Find a point to focus on, a steady place to hold your gaze. Fingertips to the mat, inhale. Right toes, right wrist, exhale. 4 more, sweep. Tap. Take it up, bring it down. 2 more times. Now kick the leg back, keep it lifted. Lift the hands, bring them to your heart. Virabhadrasana 3. Length from crown to tail. Inhale, exhale. All the way up to stand. Bring the knee into the chest, maybe without touching the foot down. Left hand, right knee, right arm back behind you, a standing twist. Then into revolved half moon, leg back, right hand down, left arm up. Windmill all the way up and back into the twist. Then keep on going between those 2 movements. Maybe the right hand stays hovering above the floor when you lower down. Just a few more times. Now lower the right hand down, so keep it down, but maybe hovering. Now place it on the floor as you step the right toes back, open your left arm up, twisted low lunge. Come onto your left tiptoes. Roll into right side Vashisthasana with a floating tree leg. Left foot hovering above the right thigh. Then maybe bring the toes back behind for a floating wild thing, pushing the hips and the heart to face up towards the ceiling. Keep the left leg lifted. Roll into a high plank, shoulders over wrists. Pulse the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the toes. Wave the hips back. Adho Mukha Shivanasana. Take what you need in this moment, whether it's movement or stillness. A big breath out through the mouth maybe. One more big inhale and big exhale. Wave it forwards into a high plank. Then walk the hands to the back of the mat, finding a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forwards. Imagine yourself like a tiger crawling forwards to the top of the mat. Then walk yourself all the way back into your fold. As soon as you arrive, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, walk it forwards. Find some movement through the hips, a shimmy through the shoulders as you move. Take it back, moving at your own pace. Trying to move silently, gracefully, with fluidity. Let's do that one more time, forwards into your plank. And then all the way back into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Now, can you close the eyes here? Shift forwards and backwards onto your tiptoes and your heels. From left foot to right foot. Around in circles on the feet. Then eventually find that middle ground where the weight is evenly distributed across the sole of each foot. Now maybe, keeping the eyes closed, can you stand on your left foot and lift your right foot away from the mat? Place it back down. Lift the left foot away from the mat. Place it back down. One more each way. Lift the right foot to hover. Place it down. Lift the left foot to hover. Place it down. Now maybe with the eyes closed, can you lift the right foot and then step it about halfway down the mat, or whatever feels like halfway, and then open the eyes, see where you landed. Adjust the feet so the right toes are pointing forward, left toes pointing at a slight angle. Left hand on the left hip, right hand on top of the right thigh, both legs are straight. Now open the hips and shoulders towards the left, bend the front knee and dip your left shoulder in. It's like a funky inner thigh stretch. Inhale, straighten both legs, spin to face forward. Exhale, bend the front knee, dip that shoulder in. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Feel that movement of the hip in the left hand. Dip it over. Bring yourself back to face forward. Place the right hand on the right hip as well. Now again, option to play around with closing both eyes here. Start to step onto the right foot, and instead of just lifting the left foot, can you gently glide it along the mat and then lift it up and into the chest, so you have more time for your body to adjust to the shift of the weight onto your right foot. Eyes may be still closed. Now, can you step your left foot to what feels like the top of the mat and then lift the right leg, open the eyes, find a warrior 3 with the hands on the hips. Come all the way up to stand, keep the right leg straight. Maybe it comes without touching down. Kick it straight out in front of you. Kick it straight back out behind you. We'll do that a few more times. Bring it through, kick it forwards, sweep it back. Last time, kick it through and hold. Maybe reach your left hand to catch the outside edge of the foot. Maybe open the right arm back behind. Maybe look over the shoulder towards your right thumb. Now, can you deliver your right foot towards the top of the left hip, finding a half lotus, so the knee is pointing downwards, toes are pointing to the left. Alternative here is tree pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Then maybe, let's see if we can lower down into a toe balance with our lotus legs. Hands can come down for support at any time, just like mine did. This is not a pose that I do very often, so I definitely feel a little bit wobbly. Now, maybe with hands at heart or hands on the mat, can you uncross your right leg, kick it forward, roll onto the sole of the left foot, finding a pistol squat. Then can you bring yourself back into your half lotus, hands for support on the mat, hands to bring that foot back in. Now let's try and press all the way back up to standing, keeping the half lotus leg, feeling the burn in the left calf. Reach the arms up, pull your right knee into your chest, step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, come onto your tiptoes, lift the heels high. Exhale, lower all the way down into a full toe balance. Then again, let's play around with closing our eyes and see how that changes your experience of this shape. So instead of relying on visual feedback, now you have to rely on proprioceptive feedback, your brain's ability to know where your body is in space. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Place the hands down on the mat. Step back with the right foot, then the left foot, high plank. Then walk the hands back to the feet, again, maybe giving the hips, the shoulders a little wiggle on the way there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, walk it forwards. Again, imagine like you're creeping through the jungle like a tiger. Then walk it back. Lift the chest when you arrive. Release and fold. Take it forwards. Bring it back. Last time, halfway lift. Forward fold. This time, inhale all the way up to stand. Reach the arms high. Release the hands at heart center. This time, standing onto your right foot, maybe with the eyes closed. You can start to lift the left knee. Pull the knee in towards the chest, any amount. Then step it, whatever feels like, halfway down the mat. Open the eyes, see how you've landed, make any adjustments. Right hand, right hip. Left hand on top of the left thigh. Square the hips, using that feedback from the hand on the hip to feel where your body is in space. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the front knee. Twist to the right as you dip the left shoulder in. Inhale, look forwards, open. Exhale, bend and twist. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Spin to face forward, both hands on both hips. Now again, can you close the eyes? Start to slide that right foot forwards as you then eventually lift it up and into the chest. Maybe the eyes are still closed. Step the right foot towards the top of the mat, wherever it lands. Open the eyes, lift the left leg back behind you, Virabhadrasana 3 with the hands on the hips. Maybe the left leg stays straight and hovering as you bring it through and forwards. Then kick it back behind you. Take it forwards. Sweep it back. Last time, take it forwards and hold. Maybe the right hand finds the outside of the left foot. Maybe the left arm opens behind and the gaze follows the fingertips. Take a big inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more breath in. Deliver the foot into your standing half lotus. Release your breath out. Bring the hands to the heart. Again, tree pose is an option here. Staying upright is an option. Maybe come down into a toe balance. Hands for support along the way if needed. Reach the arms up. Roll the sole of the right foot down as you kick the left foot forward. Pistol squat, maybe. Come back onto your right tiptoes. Bring the left foot back to the right upper thigh. Press yourself all the way back up to stand. Feel that burn in the right calf. Pull the left knee into the chest. Place the foot down on the mat. Come onto both tiptoes or all 10 tiptoes. Lower down, toe balance. This time, open the knees out wide for a wide toe balance. And again, let's play with softening our gaze or closing our eyes. Connect to the feedback that your body is providing you. Feel all of your muscles working to hold you in this shape. Then roll the knees back in towards one another. Plant the hands down, step left foot, then right foot back into a high plank. Wave it back, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg high, three-legged dog. Keep it lifted. Stay there or play around with lifting the left hand, reaching it up towards the ceiling. Maybe bend the right knee, catch the right foot with the left hand, kick that knee up even more. Release, place the left hand down, pull the right knee into your chest. Deliver the shin to the mat, find pigeon pose, Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Option here to find a twisty pigeon as you fold down, threading the left arm over towards the right, melting left ear and shoulder onto the floor. Wrap the right arm behind your back. Maybe you can catch hold of the big toe with the fingertips. Take a few deep breaths here, breathing into whatever you're feeling in the hips and using those sensations to give your mind something to focus on, to keep it in the present moment. Unravel, unwind, press back up onto your hands, tuck under the back toes, lift the back knee, step it back into a plank, wave it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg high, three-legged dog, stay there, or slide the right hand back, then eventually maybe lift it off the mat. Maybe bend the left knee, catch the foot. Kick the knee up even more, roll that right shoulder down and back. Release the leg, place the hand down, pull the knee into the nose, deliver the shin to the floor, pigeon pose. Maybe the right arm threads across to the left, soften the ear and shoulder down. Maybe the left arm wraps behind the back and catches the big toe. Unravel, slide the hands onto the earth, lift the right knee, step it back, plank, wave it back, down dog. Melt the knees onto the earth, plant the hips down towards the heels. Take a few deep breaths in child's pose. Maybe observe if this child's pose feels different from the ones that we landed in at the start of our practice. Whether you've cultivated a deeper breath, whether you've brought more space in your body, more stillness in your mind. We're not here to judge or change, we're just here to notice and observe. Let's walk the hands over to the left-hand side. Bring the right hand on top, maybe interlace the fingers and then pull your right hip and shoulder down in space. Big expansive breaths into your right side. One more big inhale here. And big exhale. Then walk your hands through center. Off the mat over to the right, stack the hands, maybe interlace. Let the hip and shoulder be heavy, melting down in space. Let your breath be full and deep into your left side. Unravel back through center, slide yourself upright, bring the legs out in front of you, take a little shuffle further forwards towards the front of your mat, extend the arms forwards and roll all the way down towards the mat. Let's roll down in one go. Catch the knees into your chest when you arrive, give them a little hug, have a little rock, a little sway, a little shimmy. Let's finish our movement with a happy baby, catching either the inside or the outside edges of the feet. Pull the knees down towards your armpits, push the soles of the feet back up into the hands to activate your legs. Trying to melt the lower back and the hips onto the earth. Releasing any tension from your shoulders, unclenching your jaw, softening through your forehead. Maybe straighten one leg at a time, maybe straighten both legs at once. Anything that calls to you. Anything is welcome to close out your practice here. Then eventually release from happy baby, land in Shavasana. And Shavasana can mean whatever it means to you. Whatever shape it is that feels most comfortable, most relaxing, so you can spend these final few moments in stillness. So after all that time balancing and wobbling around, really enjoy these final few moments to feel completely grounded and completely stable. The entire weight of your whole body completely supported by the surface beneath you. And just like at the start of the practice, where we connected to all the parts of the front of our body that were touching the mat, now let your awareness drift through all the parts of the back body that are connected to the mat. Starting at the head, so feel the back of your head pressing into the earth. Feeling the shoulder blades softening into the mat, the upper back, the shoulders. Your upper arms, your elbows, the mid-back, the lower back, the forearms and the hands, the hips, the glutes, the backs of the thighs, the calves, the heels, the edges of the feet. Feeling that complete support so you can feel yourself completely unwind. Final few moments to be still. Final few moments to let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And to let your mind maybe shift into a state of peacefulness and relaxation. As is always encouraged, you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you would like. If you've got the time, you can pop the video on pause, chill out for even longer. If you are ready to move on, reconnect to your breath with a few big inhales and exhales, maybe sigh out through the mouth. Then reconnect to your body by inviting movement back in, whatever movement calls to you, whether big or small. Eventually, take as much time as you need. Find your way back up to your version of a comfortable seated position where we'll all meet to close out our practice. Align your spine, let the shoulders hover over the hips. Let's finish the practice with 3 releasing breaths Inhale through the nose, reach the arms overhead. Sigh out through the mouth. Press the air away in front of you. 2 more. Big expansive inhale, reach. Full releasing exhale, lower the arms. 1 more time. Big breath in, keep breathing, 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 breathing. Let it all go. Let the hands rest down on the knees, grounding in the effects of your practice. For the rest of your day, I hope that you think peaceful thoughts, I hope you speak peaceful words, and I hope you feel peace in your heart. As always, thank you so much for choosing to share your practice with me and sticking it out all the way until the end. So grateful to have you here with me. Like I said at the start, any likes, comments or subscribes are always welcome and appreciated. But more important than any of that is to stay happy and healthy and well. Have a great day.